It's magic, my heart, source of healing, song and art. Hi, I'm Daphne, and this is Brigit's Breakfast. Right now I'm drinking the water from my chalice. You can see. I absolutely love this chalice. It has wolves on it. And I just started a group of women who are going to read Women Who Run with Wolves together. It's going to take a long time because it's a long book. We're going to read it together online here in Brazil, so it'll be in Portuguese. But if you understand Portuguese and you want to join the group, please do get in touch with me and we can work that out. So we're back, and it is the week of Imbolc, the week of Brigit, the goddess Brigit, once again. She's calling me to come back to do this work, and she's calling me to come back to do lots of different things, actually lots of different projects that I've been working on. So hopefully they'll be out online soon. But I wanted to just remind you all about this time of year and how this is a good time for you to engage in the activities that have to do with Imbolc, and engage in the activities that are going to connect you with the goddess Brigit, so she can bring you healing and inspiration and all that she does for us. Just to remind you, the goddess Brigit is Celtic. She's from Ireland. She was a goddess before she was transformed into a Saint Brigit when the Catholics came in and took over. She had such a strong following that as a goddess that when the Catholics came in, they couldn't let go of her. They had to keep her. And so she was transformed into a saint, and then her mythology was kind of twisted a little bit to make her more Christian. However, there is a mythology connected to how she was known as a goddess. She's known as the daughter of the Dagda, the good god, and the Morrigan, who is a warrior goddess. And she was born on February 1st, so that is why February 1st is celebrated. Sometimes it depends on the group of people, but February 1st, February 2nd is known as Imbolc, and she is celebrated on that day because she was born that day, and she was born at sunrise with a crown of flames on her head. So she is the sunrise. She is the renewal of the day, and she represents this renewal, this inspiration, this light of hope for a new day. She brings healing and she brings transformation through all the work that she does. She was given milk as a baby by a sacred cow. It was a white cow with red ears, and it was kind of an otherworldly cow, right? A magic kind of cow, sacred cow. And then she was brought up caring for an apple grove, and she cared for this orchard of apples, apple trees that had bees that were messengers from one world to the next. So she is this connection of the earth to the other world, to the beyond. And so these bees went back and forth, and that is our connection also to bee magic and to honey, and to it makes her a kind of a honey mother also. So she took care of these trees, and then her special city in Ireland is Kildare, which I had the amazing honor to visit on a trip to Europe that I took with my family last year. And town, more like it. It's a very, very small town. There is a temple that is dedicated to her there, of course, dedicated to Saint Brigit, but the fire temple is there, which was attended by her priestesses. And there's no fire there now. And at first it was tended by priestesses, and then it was tended by nuns. Anyway, this is in Kildare. So in Kildare, she is known to have built a school there where her students would learn to take care of the groves, the trees. They would learn to uh, how to work with healing herbs, and they would learn how to take care of livestock. Um, so the cow and the sheep are very sacred to Bridget also. She would also teach them how to transform iron, and in the forge would transform iron into tools also. She's also the goddess of the sacred well, of the waters that heal. So these connections to water and fire make her very, very powerful. And the earth also, because of her connection, of her working with herbs, make her very, very powerful, and she's able to reach us in many, many different ways. We can connect to Brigit through taking herbal baths if we're having some kind of health problems, and we're trying so hard to get it going and getting it right, and nothing's working right. Maybe we can investigate and learn more about the herbal medicine and try and go the more natural way in order to reach our goals, our health goals. Fire, transformation, change, purification. All of this can be very softly done in our lives, or it can be very, very difficult, and it can be met with challenge and with pain, because transformation sometimes involves a lot of pain because you're changing something that has been like a pattern for a really long time. So, but she'll comfort us in this, in her energy when we want these things to happen in our lives. We just need to go after it and in the way that we think is best, right? So we can light candles in her honor. We can ask her for her to grant us wishes. We can ask her for healing. We can take the herbal baths, like I said. Also, if they're in a connection to her as the earth, we can also make special meals that will be, using herbs magically and using magical cooking involved. Magical cooking is nothing more than bringing really, really focused attention to your cooking. So if you bring some herbs and cook potatoes or something that is very, very common to the Irish culture, or like mashing the potatoes, you can think of like things. If you're mashing, you can maybe think of something that you want to cleanse, something that you want to release. It's like, I'm so tired of this fear that I'm feeling all the time. Oh, I'm so tired of being lonely. I want to take loneliness out of my life, and you smush, smush, smush it. And then when you start to mix it and you add ingredients, like you might add like salt and pepper or margarine or butter or something, and you're mixing it. And while you're mixing it, then you make your wishes. You say, I'm going to bring love. I'm going to bring self-love. I'm going to bring more connection to people. That's a very quick idea of how to do magical cooking in connection with a goddess. So you're always going to think about, while you're washing, you're releasing, and while you're mixing and adding, you are attracting. So those are the thought patterns that you should bring to your cooking if you like to do that. I have a picture here of a Bridget's cross. This is a symbol of also all of her connections to all the elements, and the four directions. I have one. It's not here. It's on my fireplace. I have a few actually, and those can be put around your house as a connection to Bridget. And this time of year, as I remember, I always remind every year, is a time for purification. It's a time for renewal, purification, and renewal. Now is a good time to let go, to let it go. At least give it a try this week, to let go of something that you have wanted to let go for a real long time. Think about what you've already been thinking about letting go of, and then make a conscious effort this week to let go and give it a few days and see how you feel. You might be infused with renewed energy and this feeling like, wow, it really was good for me to let go of that you might continue afterwards. You are going to want to possibly do a cleansing of the body, of the outside of the body and the inside too. You might want to drink more water, or have take something out of your diet that you think is weighing you down, and to kind of make yourself feel more lighter this week. It's kind of a purification of the body. A lot of people do detoxes. Your routine, you might have something like a habit that, like I said, you're too much on Facebook, or too much on TikTok, or it's up to you. I mean, that's, I'm not going to judge how much is too much, but if it's something you've been thinking about letting go of, maybe like you want to cleanse your habit of, the kind of things that are getting in your way of your thought process. I have recently turned off all the notifications on my phone except for one. So I don't get like constant notifying that I'm getting emails, that I'm getting updates, that I'm getting someone shared, blah, blah. Like, I'm not getting that anymore. And that is I'm able to concentrate more on what I'm doing. And then when I take a break, I look and see who sent me email, who sent me messages, who's updated their, status or whatever. I look at that when it's okay for me to do. Also is a good time, since Brigit is a goddess who likes to learn, who likes to teach and learn, and who had many skills involved in her worship. The bards also, who were inspired by her, who make music and write poetry. So all of the different facets of life can be touched by Brigit. It's a good time to like dive into it right now. Like, it's a good, like the energies of the wheel of the year are going to work in your favor. If you think like, oh, I always wanted to do this master class, or oh, I wanted to start reading this book, now is a good time to start, because you're going to get that impulse, that help from the energies of the universe, from the energies of the wheel of the year. So starting new things, not just purifying, but starting new habits, and going after new experiences and new learning chances to learn. You will probably want to, of course, clean out your house. The most obvious thing is to like get out all the clutter, dust, and things that you want to give away, or things that you need to be thrown away. Of course, that's all built into this moment of purification. You could burn all the sage you want, but if you have like a lot of stuff in that corner, the energy is going to stay, with that stuff that you haven't touched in a long time, and that you have no idea what's even there. So you might want to go through something like a pile of things that you haven't seen in a long time. You might not throw anything away. You might just reorganize it or dust it off, but that's going to renew your energies. Okay, so I also, in honor of Brigit, I wanted to introduce you to a person who I absolutely see as a representation of Brigit on Earth today. This is a woman called Nana, and she is the owner of a sanctuary, an animal sanctuary, where there are over 300 animals that have been rescued from dangerous and abusive situations. And when I tell you abusive, there have been some stories that just would break your heart to hear about how these animals came to be living with her and her son, mainly, who take care of all these animals. They all roam free in the area. There's no cages that are that are confining. It's just lovely to be there. When they come into to the sanctuary, they are given a name, they are given love, they are given veterinary care by people that donate their time, veterinarians that go there and donate their time to help. So there's no profit involved. She just takes in these animals, takes care of them, and lets them be with her, basically. Just love, companionship, and it's just lovely to be at this place. So I wanted to introduce you to this place. It's called Santuário Animal Sente. And she has a website. The greatest thing about this website is that there's a page where you can buy images that is of her artwork. So like you're going to get something in return. Instead of just giving money, you will buy an image that you can use to make t-shirts, or make or print out and put in your house. They're high quality images that you buy, and then those those go into her as donations to be able to buy food for these animals and to be able to keep the upkeep of the space. And it's not very expensive for you to give a little bit and also have a remembrance of this special time in life where you chose to participate in a cause that is connected to the goddess Brigit. Remember, she is a goddess who took care of livestock. Welcome to the week of Imbolc. And thank you for watching Brigit's Breakfast for today. I am going to put the song Holy Water, Sacred Flame on my playlist from Brigit's Breakfast. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Holy water, sacred flame, Brigit, we invoke your name. Bless my hands, my head, my heart. Source of healing, song and art. Holy water, sacred flame, Brigit, we invoke your name. Bless my hands, my head, my heart. Source of healing, song and art. Holy water, sacred flame, Brigit, we invoke your name. Bless my hands, my head, my heart. Source of healing, song and art. Brigit, water, sacred flame, Brigit, we invoke your name. Bless my hands, my head, my heart. Source of healing, song and art. Brigit, we invoke your name. Bless my hands, my head, my heart. Source of healing, song and art.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Pra onde vai? Onde vai?